We're back again, ladies and gentlemen. Some techie issues tonight. We must apologise once again, but thanks for joining us back here for the Global Esports ACC 2024 Global Esports ACC Qualifier, brought to you by NZ eSports, eBlacks, ASRNZ, and Race Command, NZ Sim Racing Collective, NZ Sim Racing TV, and obviously a broadcast to you intermittently by MatchFit Entertainment at the moment, as YouTube has a little bit of a hissy fit with it. As usual, we've got J-Man and special guest here tonight, Farmer, as we get back to the racing. Just lost a couple of laps there, but Riley Price with a drive-through, I think you mentioned there, J-Man, and has served it already.
Not too many things going on. Welcome back, viewers. Farmer, not too much. They didn't miss too much, but certainly, the drive-through for Riley Price, and then also a pass out on track, Brandon Webley over Stewie Aerosmith, so that was 5th and 6th. So Webley still on the move. Margins up the front, a little bit shaken out. McEwen pulled around 1.7 seconds over Baker now, and Holmes falling off the back of that pack a little bit to the tune of 2.5, and we see another drive-through come up. So that is
we do, J-Man.
Simon Bishop. So I'm not sure, Farmer, if you can.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of comments on that. So the initial drive-through for Riley Price there, car 979, was for contact with car 450 on lap 2.
Yep.
He's been in and served that, and we've just got a new one there come up for car 22, Simon Bishop, for collision with car 45 at turn 3. So that was that pile-up I think we saw with Bishop, and was it Herbert that was involved in that as well, where they both fell back a lot of spots there at turn 3.
Yeah.
So he'll need to go in and serve that, obviously, smartly, and you just don't need those things, do you, when you're just here to have a nice, good, clean race, get some points in the bank, and go to China.
And go to China, yes. As he slows considerably to let those boys safely pass on the left there before entering what is a tricky pit entry when you're like in a bit of a battle pack there. So giving the boys plenty of time to respond to him exiting the track and well off the racing line there. Aerosmith starting to range up on Webley there, I noticed. Is that correct? Yes, it is.
Yeah, well, Webley passed him just when we went to a technical break there, but I don't know whether Aerosmith might have made a mistake, and then he's legitimately got the pace to stay with him. However, that battle, Mark Mudgway's doing a solid job in P10, holding off Shane Cordo, Regan Herbert, Cam Fleming, and Steve Melling has been doing a good job too. I was watching him progressing forward. He's running at a P14. Last time I seen him, I think he was P16. So he's moving forward as well in the Mustang. So, but that's a very, very good battle there with Mudgway, Fodderdo, Herbert, Fleming. So one to watch.
Definitely. Yeah, nearing the halfway mark here, ladies and gentlemen. Plenty of action going on. The movers and shakers. There's a couple of people probably more shaken than moving, so a couple of the contenders dropping down, but we've got a couple of the, look, this is the thing about racing, a couple of guys go back, a couple of guys go forward, so but yes, the Herbert Fodderdo battle is on, as we see Herbert with a pretty good run on the Mustang, but we know how punchy the Mustang is down the straight, J-Man.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been pretty good this season since its introduction. It's been one that's topped the speed tracks multiple times throughout the broadcast that you and I have been involved in. And look, we don't have a speed trap here at Red Bull Ring, unfortunately. However, we do know that is one of the quick cars. And looking at where our
just thinking there, J-Man, it's quite an interesting. We asked them to sort of lock in a car for this series, and it's come down to 4 different makes.
Yeah.
Obviously, standout cars at these particular tracks in ACC that these guys probably well know what car is sort of the best around here. So it is a McLaren, BMW, Mustang, Ferrari series as such. and of course we'll have different weeks and strengths from each brand as they go around. So the McLaren, well known for its corner speed, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh,
certainly.
definitely.
Probably still bodes well for Spa, although that Camel Straight, that will be one to watch to see what the terminal speeds up there like. Now, just really starting to watch Sean Brimblecombe start to put a lot of heat on Stewie Aerosmith. Now, so Aerosmith fallen away from the back of Brandon Webley and now under attack from Sean Brimblecombe in the Pit Viper Motorsports BMW. So good to see a Beamer up there. Obviously, Liam Curran's punching well above another Pit Viper car up there in P4. So you talked about the manufacturers, Farmer and McLaren representing very, very well for the top three. But then we see
top
the BMW.
three in the McLaren. Yes, that's right.
And look,
a little bit status quo out in front there, isn't it, guys? At the moment, there we've got Matt McEwen there. Really, just sort of, he's got this in control, mate. He looks good.
he does look good.
Out there, and
sorry,
I'll let you know, sort of, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, Davo, but this guy has he's no stranger to these big events. He has been in a world finalist for Gran Turismo in 2019, 2021, 2022, and 2023. So this guy knows how to handle the pressure. He has
Mudgeway, Forodo.
we've got to get back to this. I will actually pick up a replay on this as the boys run down to turn 2 here, and this escalated pretty quickly as we saw Forodo round the outside into 2 on Mudgeway. This really bunched this little pack up here.
Mudgeway wasn't giving it up.
No, and the Pit Viper car just tucked in behind us. They run down to 3 here. It just escalates even more with Forodo trying to run deep in the Mustang. Probably not the best idea. Coming into a little bit of contact there with, I think that's Herbert. But look in the background. It carries on, though, down into 4 here. And it continues. Lots of toing and froing here. What a great battle. Look at how tidy this, the slightest of contact here and there. But yeah, fantastic driving from all involved there, J-Man. And it continues.
And speaking of continues, is the trend that maybe drivers just getting a little bit of attention from the race director and stewards, because Stewie Aerosmith now copped a 15-second penalty.
Wow.
And he's just lost that position to Sean Brimblecombe, so it's going to compound that in what is to be a short race and a relatively close field. If I look at the margins behind Stewie, 0.3 to Spence, 2 seconds to Smith, about 8 seconds back to Mudgeway, so that might be a saving grace, although he's going to lose the spots to them. So he could go as far back, by my calculations, as go from 7th to 16th by the end of this race, carrying that 15-second time penalty.
That's a big chunk.
That's a big call. And just looking at the little notes there, so a little bit of contact on car 42, which was the Brimblecombe car there, so they must have had a little coming together there at some stage.
Yep.
And 15 seconds doesn't sound like much, but like you say, guys, geez, that's going to put them right back in the field.
Yeah, it is. So Nev Shields doing a good job. He's trying to chase down Steve Melling. So that's the Nelson Marine car, another McLaren. And look, he's really moving forward, just trying to hunt down Steve Melling for P14 and 15. And viewers, the reason why we're still picking on everyone throughout this field, because, you know, it is only race 1 of effectively 3 in the series, 2 sprint races up for grabs tonight, and then obviously a double point enduro. So it's all relative at this point. Mathematically, look, everybody's still in it. So hence why we are trying to keep up with the field. Jake McCallum currently in the pits. And then obviously Riley Price trying to come back from what was a drive-through earlier. You mentioned that one, Farmer. So lots going on.
Jake McCullough, he's lost 9 positions there sort of early on in the race and hasn't had a great night. We know Jake's got a lot of pace actually underneath him, and he's probably sitting there shaking his head, isn't he, in the pits, wondering what went wrong.
Without a doubt, Farmer.
Hovering your finger over that escape button, should I or shouldn't I?
Stay with
Stop
it.
it.
Stay in it.
Stop it.
Oh, and look at this Cameron Fleming car now on Mark Mudgeway. He is coming. Realise the importance with 8 3/4 minutes to go. Every position's valid at this point. But McEwen just absolutely putting on a clinic at the moment. Fastest lap of the race, however, does belong to Ewan Baker, but Matthew McEwen's just out there just punching these 27.7s. That appears to be his target number, because I've just seen him, what was the last one? Try and get up on that. Okay, 28.0 was the last one. 27.7 the best, and I've seen him run a few, so...
As we just watch Bishop and Price start to range on, I think that's the Davison BMW actually, J-Man. So this could get busy pretty quickly. Davison moves away.
Yep.
Allows these two boys through. Oh, Price's car looks so sketchy tonight. Damn, I've seen that sideways a few times.
That was Mudgy Fleming, a little bit of contact down into the final turn, sends it, second to last turn, sends it down in there, gets it done. However, a little bit of paint exchange, bit of Vegemite left on the car of Cameron Fleming.
So Fleming, slightest of touches, and just the overlap as Mudgy ducks in behind. Fleming was so close.
Spence also through
on Brimblecombe.
Brimblecombe, yeah. So interesting there. And Aerosmith back in front of those guys. Now Brimblecombe had got Aerosmith, so something's happened there. Brimblecombe's fallen back a couple of spots now, so he must have had a little bit of a mishap there.
Herbert over Faraday as well. That's not over.
He tucks it down the inside, down to turn 3. Obviously, Stewie, as I mentioned, getting back through there, trying to press forward, seeing how much margin he can put over himself and the rest of the field, carrying that 15-second penalty. God, that's got to be to keep focused, knowing that whatever you earn here, finishing positions by 15 seconds.
Yep. Who have we got also flashing on my Delta? I think it's Shields on Melling actually in the background as well, boy.
Yeah, he's very, very close now. He's been ranging up for the last 3 laps.
So Shields trying to size up the Mustang into 1. He's got some work to do, particularly with the punch off the line that those Mustangs have. But he's under the wing, and it's a big wing. Yeah. Thinks better of
Aaron Enright in the background there. He's also trying to get in amongst it. As well, we see Nev there of a good look.
Oh yeah, very good look.
No, Steve, like you say, he's got the punch out of those. That's a very tight corner, isn't it, that turn 3?
Yeah.
That Mustang's obviously going to punch out of there very well.
And who was that? Vaughan Martin, and is that?
That's Martin and Shields, I think, going at it.
No, I think it's Martin and Phil Turner.
Martin and...
Yep.
It is Turner, actually. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they're going at it, having a good little battle going on there. But once again, Spence trying to regain that back from Aerosmith. And then, obviously, I did pick up on 2 very quiet achiever tonight is Matthew Smith now starting to range up on the back of Brimblecombe. Can you give us any insight on the Matthew Smith car, Farmer? Is that one that we've got data on?
We've got a little bit of insight on Matthew Smith there, mate. We've got a Matthew Smith. He's a 29-year-old from Christchurch, mate. Software developer by day. He's been online there racing sim for at least the last 10 years. And this guy also very, very accompanied to pressure, has been at the eSPORTS WRC World Finals in Germany in 2017.
Really?
where he placed 5th in the world, mate, in WRC. So
Very nice.
this guy knows how to pedal, eh?
He won't mind getting sideways then.
No, absolutely not. And that's what an awesome achievement.
Absolutely,
to have been and represented, obviously.
So once again, just got to give you an update at the top end of town there. Matthew McEwen out there still just hitting numbers. I'll give you an update, viewers, as to this last lap time. It was once again a 28.1. 28.1 also for Ewan Baker, so no real inroads there. And that margin's hovering around that 2.5 to 3 seconds. Another 4 odd seconds out to Joshua Holmes. Liam Curran another 4 seconds out as well. So pretty much settled itself down with only 3.25 minutes left to go in race 1. So we've kind of seen the pace of the front 4 now, and then Webley starting to close in on Liam Curran actually. So Webley's been moving forward since making that move on Aerosmith. So maybe still a little bit can change there. Maybe the 4th and 5th positions. However, on the current deltas, I don't think, unless there's some sort of incident, I don't think we're going to see too much difference out of the podium. And then Brimblecombe, Spence, Aerosmith is going to go right down to the wire, as is Herbert, Mudgeway, Fotto. That has been going on the duration of this race. G'day, Ethan, Mace, good to have you boys on board. I hope you enjoy the broadcast. It's a pretty stacked field at the moment. These guys are going at it. So a few of the guys you know out there going to battle with some new drivers, some old drivers.
Oh, Bishop on Turner. He really did work on that for the last few laps there. Sneaking past the Ferrari. So nice work from Bishop. Vaughan Martin is in the crosshairs now.
He is.
And well and truly, with the momentum from Bishop after that pass.
And Pricey on a recovery mission as well, guys.
Pricey with that drive-through earlier, J-Man, obviously, like you say, on a recovery. He just needs to bank as many points as he can get, and you just got to move forward and just come back for the next race, don't you? It's not over. We got double points, obviously, in the Enduro next week. So
Yep. So we just see Bishop over Barton and Price over Turner. So those guys, they're the guys. They're the two in battle. And as we just see, Pricey past Martin as well. Oh, again, very slippery from the BMW of Price's. And, yeah, makes that stick. Martin just gave him a little bit of space as they run up to 2 here. That's where the action is. Also, Herbert not letting up on the back of Mudgeway's car. That is the leader running across the line and is on the final lap, I think. J-Man, yes he is.
Yeah, 100%, 2.8 second margin it was across the line, so that'll crush a little bit in the braking zones. However, I think based on the laps those two have been turning, this will be, I think, how we see it finish, barring disaster. So top 3 looking very, very good here tonight. Top 4 actually.
looking good, and just looking at the different sectors between those top 3 runners there, you've got Sector 1 goes to P3, Joshua Holmes. Sector 2 goes to our race leader, Matthew McEwen. And then Sector 3 goes back to Josh Holmes. So yeah, all he's lacking, Josh Holmes is in that Sector 2, yet we've got Ewan Baker obviously just consistent throughout all 3 sectors there tonight.
Yeah.
And then obviously Matt out front just doing an awesome job.
Fotto super close to Herbert out of turn 2 this time round, but big props to Mark Mudgeway here for holding off these boys. Obviously Cam Fleming got through and just checked out a little bit. Mudgeway doing an absolute great job tonight of defending these guys and still running a relatively good pace as well. So compared to the guys around him, he's right on the hunt here.
And a great looking skid
and here
too,
comes
J-Man.
McEwen across the line. Congratulations, that is race 1 for Matthew McEwen over Ewan Baker. And then Joshua Holmes comes through. Good stuff. Dave, I'll let you pick up from Liam Curran onwards.
Yeah, Liam Curran, Brandon Webley, Stu Arrowsmith with a penalty over his head, Tony Spence, Brimblecombe. We've got Smith and Fleming rounding the final corner there in the golf-inspired liveried McLaren there, the number 7 McLaren. Rounding at the top 10, we got Monday, Hertz, Fardado, super close. They're milling across the line. Shields, Enright and Bishop now running around down into the spinal complex at corners with Pricey, the slippery BMW of Riley Price in the background. 18th, Vaughan Martin across the line very close to Phil Turner, 19th and 20th respectively. Phil Davison in 21st. Steve Costin in 22nd and McKellar in 23rd, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, there you go. Plenty going on in qualifying, plenty going on in the race at here at Red Bull Ring. That is race 1, round 1 in the Global Esports 2024 ACC Qualifier, proudly brought to you by NZ Esports, eBlacks, ASR NZ and Race Command, NZ Sim Racing Collective, NZ Sim Racing TV, and obviously broadcast to you by MatchFit Entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, let us get someone down here for a quick post-race interview. Let's do this.
Pete, yes. 3, race 1 here. We have got Josh Holmes. Hopefully we've got Josh on comms. You got us, mate?
Sorry, I forgot I'm on push to talk. Yep, I'm here.
You're right, mate. Hey, congratulations. P3 race 1 there, Josh. And I think my co-commentator, Farmer, might have just picked up that, was it Josh Holmes with the 2 fastest sectors?
Was, mate, yeah, real. You're super quick in Sector 1 and Sector 3 there, Josh. Best sector times of the race. Just not quite in Sector 2, mate. So, I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but just up your game in Sector 2, bro.
Yeah, no, it's fair. Fair shot.
Hey, look, how was it out there, Josh? Obviously, you know, you're in the hot seat out there, mate, and a couple of quick boys in front of you, and you know, what's the feeling out there? And personally, from yourself, you know, can you bridge that gap, race 2, and go 1 or 2 better?
I mean, I'm always going to aim for it. To be fair, I joined this not expecting much. It's just crossing over my first year in sim racing, so I came here just to learn, basically, see what the very best did and where I differed from them, you know, and for me this is a learning experience and one that I'm thoroughly enjoying at the moment, and it's really cool just to race up against some pretty big names in the NZ sim scene, so I'm stoked to be here, really, and hopefully bridge the gap, but if not, you know, I'll take it in all the same.
Yeah, mate. Well, you've done a great job at the start, and apparently the difference between you and the other guys is only Sector 2, mate. So get out there, get amongst it. But hey, look, that's a fantastic start there, and obviously with relatively, you know, new to this, obviously to this platform, that's very, very impressive. So a lot more to come from Josh Holmes, I would expect. So look, go well out there in the next qualifying session, Josh, and the next race, mate. I'm sure we'll be talking to you shortly.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Cheers, Josh. Okay, and so next guy, Farmer. If you can.
For Bud there. If we can bring him down for a quick word.
You got him, or you want me to get him?
Yeah, I'm leaving it to you, mate.
Copy. Got him. So, all right. Sorry, wrong guy. I think. Hang on. Wait. Wrong guy. Next. Struggling with the list here, guys.
There's some new names in there for the boys, just to keep these guys on their toes.
Welcome into the booth there,
Yep.
Ewan Baker, mate. Have
Yeah,
you
we
got a copy there, bud?
Earth to Ewan.
Wow. Should we speak on his behalf, Davo?
Oh, why not? What a stunning job.
Yeah,
Hey?
yeah, fantastic start to the race for Ewan Baker. Got out there, obviously battled a good portion of the opening phase of that race with Joshua Holmes, and unfortunately had to watch Matt just clear away a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see if we do get a chat with you. And
Ewan put it on pole, didn't he, too, Davo? Sorry, J-Man, earlier
yeah,
on.
100%. Yeah,
and I think he just ran wide into one.
Yep.
And didn't really get a good sort of battle or a chance to sort of battle with our winner. So be interesting. I guess we'll expect him to maybe sort of be on the front row again if this next qualifying session, and this race 2 could be a completely different kettle of fish.
Absolutely.
Yep, so we'll give him one last shot to maybe reach out to us if you've got your comms working, Ewan. It'd be great to have a quick chat.
If not, we can just sneak up to the winner of the race, McEwen.
Yep, I got him. All good.
We can do that. We got this. We got this.
And so we will grab our race 1 winner. Matthew, you got us on comms, mate?
Matty McEwen.
Yes.
Yeah, gotcha, mate. Welcome to the Hotbox, mate, down here for this first interview of this ACC eSports series. Congratulations, mate. What an outstanding race. Pretty much a clinic, mate. You were just absolutely punching the numbers. Give us a little bit of an insight to your view, nerves and everything obviously went to plan, mate. Can you give us a bit of insight to how that went for you?
Yeah, I thought I had a solid qualifying lap, and I thought it was just about as good as it was going to be, considering that Ewan was just a little bit too fast for me. And so it colored me surprised when I got a good run into coming into T1. Made a bit of a mistake and ran wide, but the game didn't seem to mind, and so I was able just to continue going.
Yeah, 100%. And from there, mate, I'm not going to hold you up too much because I think Q2 has actually kicked off.
Yeah, sorry, mate. I'm going to go. I'm going to head out.
So I'm going to leave you to it, mate, and all the best for the next one. So there you have it. Already, we are in Q2. That was your podium for race 1.
So quick as a flash, ladies and gentlemen, as we roll into a Q2 for race 2 in tonight's official coverage of the 2024 Global Esports ACC Qualifier, brought to you by NZ Esports, eBlacks, ASR NZ and Race Command, NZ Sim Racing Collective and Sim Racing TV, and of course broadcast to you by MatchFit Entertainment tonight. This is the second stage of the qualifying process for someone to get a trip to China to compete in the Global Esports qualifying event live. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the Red Bull Ring for this first round 1. This is qualifying for the second round. We will get some vision for you any second.
Josh Holmes' first car out on track too, boys. So I think
very nice.
The 45 car of Regan Herbert was first out in Q1. However, Joshua Holmes car out in Q2. However, shadowed by Herbert is the next car out on track. So on a flyer as we speak. So you aren't going to have to wait too long to see what sort of times they can.
No. It's all going to happen pretty quickly.
21 ambient, 27 track, optimum conditions out there. So the conditions are perfect for these guys and girls out there to go and get the business done. So once again, be looking for the low 27s, guys.
Oh, without a doubt, J-Man, without a doubt. Like, what did we see? It was 27s all the way down to about 16th position. So,
yep.
Yeah, very tightly packed field. This is the best of the best. Like you mentioned earlier in the stream, guys, look, these are the best guys and girls in NZ at the moment. That's what it's all about here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Global Esports Qualifier for ACC. Very good stuff. Herbert Holmes, swapping positions there as they run across the line. Sasha Death also showing some pace. Brimblecombe across the line already with a 28, but Curran in there with a 27.9 as we just start to see some indicative times come across right now. Guys, exciting race 1. It's going to shape up. This is going to shape up to be even better as they have now found their feet here. Webley coming around and across the line for his first lap. Where did he land, actually?
Third.
Oh, there you go. So nice work with it. 27.9. Oh, he's still got some work to do, as we would expect, some low 27s. Farmer,
Yeah,
what do you got for us there, brother?
Not too much there, Davo. Just as these boys, you know, we haven't seen them, but they've just banked one. So now you know, you always go out there, you get that banker in, and then you push, and you can watch your delta obviously on your own screen and know
Of course.
that, what you're gaining and where you're not. So we just seen Matt McEwen, is it just a low 27 in there? So
Yeah, upset the next lap just a little hot onto 1, so it's not going to get a second flyer on that set of tyres, so to speak. Drivers do have to drive the cars back to pit lane at least to go and get a new set. You can't just escape here. That's effectively inciting a tow truck. But
yes,
we clearly didn't upset Matthew's rhythm in that late broadcast interview, because he's just gone out and punched 27.4 straight away.
yeah, that's right. And we were kind of holding him sort of at ransom there a little bit, weren't we? As the qualifying timer ticked over, and he was still up here in the commentary box.
He
talking
was.
to us.
He goes, I've got to go, guys. I've got to go. The team, the bloody mechanics are banging on the bloody window going, come on, mate, get in the car. So,
Yeah, what on? Yeah.
Yeah, good lap from Liam Curran, 27.480. So the smallest of margins between first and second right now.
I'll just slip away for a minute there, boys. I'll be back.
You're right, mate. Just trying to see.
who got eyes on there, J-Man?
Oh, so I was looking at Joshua Holmes coming through sector 3. He's just actually blown that. Just actually ran a little
Oh, I
wide.
did
That's a track
too.
cut.
Yep.
That's a track cut down there.
So it's
the-
invalidated the lap there, J-Man. Brimblecombe just coming through that same sector as well, looking
Got a
pretty
couple
hot
of
on the
teams.
Delta, and Fudado as well, but in the mid-sector of the track at the moment. Still got some work to do, but definitely climbing on the Delta there. McEwen still improving. Although in the first sector of this lap, Brimblecombe probably one to watch here. Actually, as he just runs across the line, pops himself into the top 10 provisionally in 8th.
Yeah, this is going to be a good lap from McEwen if he can stick it in through the sector 2 and then carry it through sector 3, because he's just come off to a really good start to the lap. So carrying a couple of tenths. Holmes up as well.
Holmes is up as well, J-Man.
Looking
Smith
down the field. Steve
Smith
Croston's on a good lap.
Smith's looking handy as well, a 10th or so up, which would probably sneak him up into about 4th position, or at least contest Bishop's time.
Yes.
So, but McEwen
This is a
continues.
big lap.
Oh, look at this. He's aiming for the 26s. Oh, God.
Yeah, this is a very good
This
lap
is
if
a-
he can string it off.
Watch this, ladies and gentlemen, through the final corner. Bled a little bit of time off there.
It's going to be a low 7.
Few hundredths. Oh, 27.205.
Yeah, very, very tight. So, very, very good lap. Herbert's on. Okay, no, sorry, that's Herbert humming into pit lane.
So as per ASRNZ rules, these boys, even in qualifying, no escaping. These guys are going to roll back into pits if they want a new set of tyres, do any adjustments, roll back around their lap and into the pit lane safely, and then they can continue on in their qualifying session. Delta's still flicking. Holmes up. J-Man, is Holmes up enough? Probably not. Enough to get Curran maybe, but not McEwen.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I was looking down the field looking for Tony Spence in the 420 McLaren to see where his lap time was. He hasn't actually recorded one.
No, but look at it now. Like he's showing it. Wow, nearly 2 seconds. But where is he on track at the moment? Actually, mid-sector.
Mid-sector, yeah.
Just at the bottom of the hill there. He needs this lap J-Man. Although it's still 6.5 minutes to go in quali.
Yeah, Holmes still on a very, very good lap here. So Josh looking to go a little bit better here. And the current Delta's going to see him go up onto the front row as we see McEwen pull the car into pit lane. Still 6 minutes to go in this quali session. So that'll be for another set of tyres, I'd expect, unless he thinks that's it. It's done. Oh.
What happened
to
to
yeah, mate? Nothing.
What happened to Spence? Spence still not making that lap.
Track cut again.
Yep. So tough for Spence. Still just trying to get that banker in.
And Baker, I'm surprised that Baker, our previous pole sitter, is just really struggling to bank a good one here. He's in there on a 7.7. Nothing wrong with that lap, but
no, definitely not.
I'm expecting more.
Yeah, and in the top 10, 7th provisionally at the moment. But look, as is this field, it's super tight, guys. You know, like quite often we see massive swings in the deltas, don't we, J-Man?
Yep.
As these guys go through their qualifying sessions. But this is very tight. It's literally hundredths of seconds that we're talking about here.
Davo, I've just noticed, sorry mate, but we asked Matt McEwen to up his game in Sector 2 and he has posted the fastest Sector 2 in the game. He has. He's done exactly what we've asked of him. Yes, good work. Good work.
It takes good advice on board.
Great advice too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
To approve as he comes down through the mid-sector now. And we'll just stay with it until maybe this ship is fully underwater, which it is now.
Which it is now, yeah. She sunk.
Okay.
Oh, good, bro.
I can't do anything.
I think it's too many broadcasts, bro.
Too many. We're going to too many different fucking scenarios.
It's just stretching the internet too hard, bro. I don't think that's they could look at doing a restream from their end or something on the live or something. It's too hard on our gear. That's the way I'm going to call it.
Yep.
We're live again, though.
Yep.
So, who's the pickup on?
Okay. We're live again.
Yep, copy. We're away. Sorry, viewers. That was a very, very quick one. So, unplugging the plug and plugging back in is getting faster. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, look, if nothing else, yeah, look, thanks for bearing with us here, ladies and gentlemen, as MATCHFIT Entertainment.
Nothing's changed on the leaderboard. Although, no, sorry, it has. Baker has actually got his stuff together, and he's in there on a 27.4, and he's up as well. So we get down to the business end. 2 minutes left to go.
Actually, he is up 2.5 tenths there, J-Man, which is going to see him go through. Oh, actually, he's just lost a little bit there.
Yeah, he did lose a little bit.
As he does go round, but it's very, very tight. Oh, you know, when you're talking about tenths here and there, and you're watching your delta as you go around the track, it's tough. It's super tough. You know, you can see that you're up, and then you push harder, and then you make a mistake and you lose it. And
well, he's effectively crossed the line with a minute 36 or minute 37 to go. So by my calculations, he's got this one and another one to go.
More. Yes, he
so
will.
Bodes well for him.
Sneak through, won't he?
However, McEwen, he was just so close to bettering that time, but not quite. It was perilously close. There was some green in there. So we'll keep our eye also on Baker, but also I did pick up on somebody else. Who was that? That was... Okay, it might have been Smith. Might have been Matthew Smith. Might have been looking like his... Okay, so he's at the start of his lap, heading up between 1 and 2, but carrying a 10th already. And there's a tight battle there that I think from certainly Bishop down to Smith is very, very tight. 27.5s, 27.6s. And then obviously we get a big run of 27.8s there from Aerosmith and co. all the way back to Webley. So P8 to P12 is a tight battle as well.
But I think that 27.2 from Matt McEwen is an outstanding lap there, guys, and certainly boys a very hard push to
27.3 now. So 27.2 plays a 27.3. So
well, this is it. This is he got through to complete one more lap.
yeah, but delta wise, I'm seeing him down half a second.
He is well down.
Tenths.
Yeah, he is. In
Rolled
fact, he's
out of
giving it away. Yeah.
So Bishop though, Bishop's pressing on with his lap.
Yes, Bishop is up a 10th. Possibly see him jump Curran if he keeps on it, mate.
Yeah, Croston's on a big lap as well. He's got 3.5 tenths up his sleeve at the moment. I'm not sure. I'm just crunching the numbers what that'd do from him, but I think it could probably see him go up to P16 from 19 if he can stick with it.
We just saw Joshua Holmes just jump up a spot there into P4 ahead of Bishop, mate, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
But Bishop on a good lap. He's nearly got 2 tenths up his sleeve here.
Approaches the
guys,
last corner. Oh,
this will put him into P3 if he can pull this off.
Chucks it in there. Beautiful apex of the final corner. Loses maybe a half a tenth.
Oh, he has lost a little bit. He has.
Goes to
yes, does go P3, mate.
P3. So it's a great thing in the tail there from Simon Bishop.
And Fleming making a gain there too by, I think he just snuck from 10th to 7th provisionally there as well. Right at the end there. So we see again McEwen on the top of the list. Baker, Bishop, Curran, Holmes, Herbert, Fleming, Webley, Smith and Arrowsmith rounding out the top 10. Then we have Frodo, Brimblecombe, Price, Mudgeway, Death, Spence, McKellar, Enright, Crossland and Shields rounding out the top 20 there, ladies and gentlemen, for the second of the qualifying here at Red Bull Ring tonight. Second of the 30-minute races to come now. Let's hope the YouTube gods look after us for the rest of the evening. They have been questionable tonight, but look, we must, thank everybody for joining us here tonight for the official coverage of the 2024 Global Esports ACC Qualifier, proudly brought to you by NZ Esports E-Blacks, ASR NZ and Race Command, the NZ Sim Racing Collective and Sim Racing TV, and of course broadcast to you intermittently, admittedly, by MatchFit Entertainment as YouTube bugs out on us a little bit tonight. But yes, the boys lining up once again here for race 2 here at Red Bull Ring. Boys, look, I think these guys have really found their mojo in the first race, so I'm expecting an even better race again. Like, if the first one wasn't good enough, but even better race again here for the second one tonight.
Yeah, and I think Sasha, our one female driver out of the field, found herself probably in a slightly better quality there, has qualified P15. However, Mark Mudgeway up there in P14 showed how good he is at driving defensively off the back end of that last one. So, but hey, look, up the top end of town, I do got to just mention that Matthew McEwen and Ewan Baker, that's a switch of sides. We saw Baker on row 1 on the other side in the previous race, and McEwen sweep round at the start of that race, and actually, as he mentioned, ran wide, stuck with it. Game didn't give him a penalty. He effectively entered, by my recollection, into that turn in first place and then pressed on and then actually made margin after that. And, I think it's going to be interesting to see how Baker and a very, very quick Bishop, that qualifying, just treats the start of this race. They've all got one under their belt now, so I expect the intensity to be just a little bit higher this one.
Yes, I agree. As the clock winds down, J-Man and Farmer, look, this is awesome. It's been a great night so far. We would expect to see McEwen want to continue his form into race 2 here, and obviously he's got
Yes.
Baker, you know, and a Bishop to deal with. But look, the mid pack was epic in race 1, and looking forward to those battles again. Like you mentioned, I think it was Mudgeway, you know, masterclass of defending. I think at the end of race 1 there. So, and running into race 2 here in 14th, a little bit lower than his qualifying, I think, in race 1. So, yeah, he's got his work cut out.
Couple of spots down, but he found himself in the 10 pretty quickly, and obviously there's a little bit of an upset. I think we saw really early with, I think that was Herbert, and I think maybe Bishop, I think early. But nonetheless, he did a good job, and yeah, shout out to all the viewers that have hung in there tonight with these technical difficulties. I know it must be tough when you do have a broken stream. And then just like the big shout out to the hardcore crew, who I think we're having a bit of a watch party tonight to keep up the stream. So Yuli and the boys, thanks for tuning in, and likewise to everyone else. We do appreciate the support.
Definitely, yes, and thank you for being persistent with the technical issues that YouTube continues to give us. But here we are once again, continuing on like the boys on track here in the formation lap. Warming the tyres, a little bit of braking, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. The nerves will be running high, no doubt.
What's the call, Farmer? What you thinking about the start of this race? You know, is it?
You know, I think Matt McEwen, he's just proven to himself that he can hold Ewan Baker behind him. He's had a great first race.
Yeah.
He's got himself one position ahead now off this start. So I think he knows that if he can get into turn 1 first, he can go back to back tonight, and I think he's probably got that in the back of his mind.
Yep.
Making sure that he just nails that start, J-Man, and obviously Baker probably wanting to do the same, I guess. You know,
without
I kind of see whoever gets into turn 1 first out of those two is probably going to go on and sort of, you know, take the rest of the race under control. So.
Definitely. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen, as we roll around the final corner and head towards the line. McEwen, Baker, Bishop, Curran, Holmes, Herbert, Fleming, Webley, Smith and Arrowsmith rounding out the top 10. This is the 2024 Global Esports ACC Qualifier. It's race 2, round 1 here at Red Bull Ring, and we've got a green light again as the boys run up to 1. No clear advantage yet, and we've got the BMW around immediately of Curran, I think it is. Oh no.
Oh, is that Herbert round as well?
Oh, may have been actually Herbert's car.
Yeah, the Mustang.
As the rest of the field, it was Herbert's car, sorry. I thought it was the BMW. As they run up to 2 here, and Webley gets muscled both sides from Sasha Death. And I think that is Fudderdo, so that is going on. It's a drag race from Pricey here.
Yeah. Holmes and Curran going to battle down into 3 as well. Holmes is going to win that little battle there. So McEwen once again, Farmer, you called it. He got the start. He definitely got the start.
J-Man.
Yep.
Oh, it's tight. It's tight.
Oh, it is very tight.
Yeah.
Oh, side by side. Who was that?
What's that?
That's
Sean Brimblecombe.
Yeah, and Sasha Death. Yep.
Yeah, she's in the thick of it already. Holmes going backwards. What is going on with Joshua Holmes? He's back to P7, P8 now.
Oh, just falling backwards there from Holmes. Struggling. Losing plenty of positions.
Plenty of positions down. Riley Price up 6 spots after 1 lap. Stu Arrowsmith up 4 spots. So great couple opening stints from those boys on the opening lap. Sorry, Ricky Herbert. Yeah, sorry, Ricky. It's Regan Herbert.
Yeah, as we just see, I think that is Webley seriously wide, nearly losing a position to Fuddo there. But
he lost one to Smith.
He lost one to Smith, that's right.
It's already 1.7 is the margin for McEwen over Baker. We saw this race 1. This won't be what Ewan Baker wants to see. And then Simon Bishop in a better position. Obviously got, I think, one of the cars that was potentially maybe involved in that incident, race 1, and we didn't get to see the full potential. But however, he's right there now, only half a second behind Baker, and then Curran with a good start to the race as well. Now Fleming we saw coming back. That was the other car that was involved, turn 2, race 1. Now he's in a commanding position in 5th as well. Once again, Stu Arrowsmith up, I'm not sure how many spots. I think he started out of 10th, so he's up four spots, I think, Farmer.
Yeah, that's correct, mate. Yeah, Stewie's gone forward 4 spots from starting in P10 up into P6 at the moment. Yeah, great opening lap from Stewie. Seen Joshua Holmes, like you say, he's dropped back 3. Brent Webley dropped back a couple.
Brimblecombe putting a move on Fodderdo as we speak too, lads. Looks like a turn 2 inside move potentially coming.
Oh, big look from Brimblecombe in the BMW.
I was going to say that's Mustang on Mustang, but it's not, is it? It's a
No.
Beamer Mustang there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Davison just getting Melling in the background there through 2 as well.
Yep. So Melling's just actually just gone back a little bit.
Crossland and Spence. Now this was lining up actually out of 1 towards 2. So Crossland now past Spence. Nice work from Crossland. Smith on home.
Baker just dropped a wheel in the dirt, and that's made him super vulnerable to Bishop now as we head down through the final 2 corners.
So, man, it's bunched right up there behind Baker, hasn't it?
It has. That was just a little bit of a tyre down into the litter on the way down the hill there, and it just, in the blink of an eye, really just incentivised Simon Bishop just to get right on the rear bumper of that car and chase him down there. You just see then, I think that was Liam Curran was probably just a little close at the apex point there. Turn 1 to the back of Bishop, and actually had to get out of it. Had a little bit of wash and compromised his run a little bit as well, heading up to 2.
The play for the race there, guys. Liam Curran in P4, so he's got some pace.
Yep. Oh, so was that Crossland back through on Spence? Brimblecombe on death.
Yeah, and so Crossy and Spence actually trading positions there a little bit off and on throughout the last couple of.
Herbert's got a big drive on here for race 2 to come back from the back of the pack. Already starting to make moves, lining up Aaron Enright as we speak, and this is going to be another recovery drive. 2 in a row for Herbert. It's a lot more settled, lot of action the first lap to 2 laps, but really just starting to settle down now. Obviously close margins, especially the likes of Price, Holmes, Webley and co. And who did that flash up?
That's Webley. That's Webley.
Okay.
So 15, that I would suspect would be for some context somewhere. But look at that battle there. Who is that? That is Price, Holmes, Smith and Webley with, I think that might be the Arrowsmith car just out in front. Webley now with a 15-second penalty hanging over his head. He will be well aware of that as we see Oh, it's not the BMW, should I say, the McLaren showing the nose on the BMW there. So, this is all very close here. You can still see Baker in the background. McEwen stepped away a little bit, but Baker, Bishop, Curran, Fleming, Arrowsmith, Price, Holmes, it's all very close as we see Fodato and Brimblecombe going at it.
Yeah, a little bit of contact now. Look at the power off the corner of that Mustang. It just gets that early drive traction. And it's a long way around the outside. He tries to make it live there.
So we just pick up on that on the replay, and I think that might be Sasha Death in the background,
yeah, she's there.
Very sideways in one of the other Mustangs there, just trying to take advantage of that. Holmes and Smith very close still. This battle. Price, Holmes, Smith, Webley.
Jake McKellar with a much better run in this one, Farmer, up into P14 here. Saw Jake McKellar spend a good portion of time in the pit lane race one. Not sure what happened there, but the 111 car up in P14 ahead of Mudgeway, and certainly if there's one car you want to be ahead of in this field right now, it's Mark Mudgeway, based on the
car, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yeah. Yes, the great defender, Mark Mudgeway. Yeah. And just noticing there a 15-second penalty being applied to the 26 car of Webley there, just for a little bit of contact on the Regan Herbert car 45.
Okay, so
on lap 1. So yeah.
Oh, Sasha.
Oh, and then Fondo again. It gets just punched out of the way on the outside there.
I kind of feel he's getting beaten up a little bit here, isn't he? Shane there.
Yeah, same corner.
Ooh,
no, every time. Yeah, very aggressive there into 4.
I think there's a bit of red mist there.
You think so? But look, clearly struggling.
Sideways too there, guys, as he comes out of there. Probably
very
the old red mist going through his right pedal. Maybe a little bit early there out of the corner for Shane.
Okay,
well, here he goes. Here he goes.
Yeah.
Straight back. Did we get that, guys, into the final turn there? As
Gallows in there too.
It back down the inside of Sasha.
Oh, it's all going on.
So McKellar's in the box seat here. If these guys compromise each other through here, he could get the run here.
Oh, yes, and Sasha with a little bit of an awkward run off the ripple strip there, running very wide. Look at these guys. You could throw a blanket over this lot. Who's that just tucked in the background there? Is that
McKellar, Mudgeway?
That's Spence as well. And who's behind Spence? It's Crossland. These guys very close here. Drag race again from Sasha Death. And Fodato down towards 3. Fodato got the inside line at least this time. He might make something stick.
He had.
Battle of the brakes down here.
Oh,
a little bit of rubbing.
So close. So close.
Oh, that's invited McKellar and Mudgeway.
Jake's oh no, Jake didn't get up there. Sasha still very good there at defending Jake, even though she's really having
right on it. Yeah,
Shane, didn't she? Yeah.
Mudgeway going back 2 spots there. Loses one to Crossland and Spence, and he's sideways.
Very wide again. Oh, big, big sideways down into 4 there from Mudgeway. Loses to Spence with a little bit of contact, and then Crossland, and no.
5 car of Shane Fodato's just copped the 5-second penalty, boys.
Well,
so maybe showing a little bit too much intent there.
That too much aggression down into 3, possibly. He's always come off second best there, so I don't understand that. But, look, that's up for the stewards. As we see him continue on, so with Fodato, and I think who was the other one? Webley. Oh, Fodato round with Death. Oh no!
Round.
Oh no!
What happened here?
Dowie to keep going there.
So we're picking up on the replay here. Oh, Sasha Death from way back misses the braking marker. Punts. They're both around.
Oh, so he just copped a 5-second, and I'll tell you what, that's not going to go down too bloody well as well.
Wow.
It's not, Jamie. It looks like Australian to follow the race director's request there. So possibly Shane's been asked to give back a position there or something from the race director and hasn't sort of abided there. So decided to give him a 5-second penalty. But contact into the hairpin. Mate, we talked about him having red mist a couple of laps ago.
Yeah.
It will be on in there now, won't it?
Oh, you know it. You know it. And already, look, the car's already looking a bit squirrely, and yeah, he's struggling with it already. So, yeah, look, the mindset in that car.
And Herbert's on a recovery mission too, boys. Doing a good job too.
That's right. We know Herbert's got good speed when he gets it together, hasn't he? So.
Yeah, so Herbert looking to round him up between 1 and 2. Vonado actually covering through the left-hand kink there. A little bit of a contact there as the two Mustangs run.
I don't think there's a straight panel on that orange Mustang.
Wait. So working hard for his position tonight is Vonado.
And I tell you, boys, there's an absolute arm wrestle up the top end of town between 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So that's your Baker, Simon Bishop, and Leon Curran. And those guys are absolutely trading microsectors every single lap. And it's still just playing into the hands of Matthew McEwen. They got back as close as 1 second to him, and then he just eyes forward focus. These guys sort of got into trading some very, very close sectors and battling into corners. You look at the distance between Bishop and Baker now, so this will make
look at
Baker
and what's
look
this
backwards.
So Bishop definitely showing some form. Obviously got tangled up early in race 1 and really didn't feature in the race too much. Obviously a comeback race, comeback throughout the whole race. So look at this though, Bishop on Baker with Curran tucked right in there behind in the BMW. And McEwen not that far in front, like you mentioned, Jamie.
He's sort of been hovering around 1.4 to 1.7. So it's pretty stable. So in its early days, still got 16 minutes of this race to go.
Sasha Death, is that in the background? I can see in 24th.
Yeah, Sasha's gone all the way back after that rotation with Shane Fodado, so cost her a lot. Obviously cost Shane a bit. He's got that penalty overhanging. And then also, I think it was Matthew Smith just recently made the move on Webley, and he's trying to cling on to the back of the Holmes Price battle, and Holmes, we know he's got a lot of pace on that car, so he's just trying to work over Riley Price at the moment. What do we got? Yeah, Webley's still hanging in there though with Smith, so top 10.
Spence around, who's that? McCullough. Yep.
So Sasha got a 15-second penalty for that, I believe. Farmer, if you're doing the reading, it's probably for that missed brake cue.
On Fodado, yeah, without a doubt. As we get back up to the pointy end again, Baker, Bishop, Curran.
Yeah, good battle.
Look, fantastic. The best of the best, like we mentioned here, best of the best in NZ, looking to win the 2024 Global Esports ACC qualifier. It is round 1. We are at Red Bull Ring. It's race 2. It's only 14 minutes to go, or a little over. Stick around, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the like and subscribe button. Stay tuned. Thanks for hanging in there with us tonight as the YouTube gods tested us. Webley actually on, I think it's Smith. Yeah, it is. Oh, look how close this is. Webley nearly made contact with the back of the McLaren.
He's going to try and run down the inside here. Smith backs out of it, thinks better of it. Yep.
Rightly so. So Webley past Smith. Webley.
Bit of the tail on the way out of the final turn 10.
one of the cars that went a little backwards tonight. And as you
He's
can
got a 15-second penalty too.
well, just look at the totem there, ladies and gentlemen. You can see a few penalties there, starting with Webley with a 15-second. We've got Brimblecombe with 10. We've got Herbert with 5. And we've got 15 on Sasha as well after turning Shane Fodderdo into 2.
It's Fodderdo with 5. Herbert's clear. He's all good. And this bodes well for Herbert's comeback, as he just gains that position on Mudgeway on the outside. Mudgeway's not going to give it up, guys. Can the Mustang get the drive traction out of turn 2 and out drag the McLaren?
Look, we see it time and time again, don't we, between 2 and 3. And look at the punch. Gets that under the wing of the McLaren. That final section of the straightaway really pulls back on it. Forced Mudgeway wide there.
Yep.
Got the overlap and he's...
Didn't he?
Oh, Mudgy, very
Sends
deep. Oh, and here we go.
Oh,
no.
Oh, that's a
Herbert.
shocker. Look, I think it was genuinely on. I think he probably was all good to be there. Mudgeway had run deep and he saw the opportunity to go down the inside, but just ran out of real estate, the both of them. I'm sure race control will...
I'm sure they'll be having a close look at that one, J-Man, as we see now Herbert, I think, with Enright in tow as well. Sasha just past Turner in the background. What is going on up the pointy end here? We've got Arrowsmith on Fleming at the moment. Very close battle between those two. Also Smith on Webley. Now we saw Webley sneak past Smith earlier. Does he want that position back as we see Death and Shields trading positions again? But Herbert Melling as well. Boys, here we go. Couple of Mustangs. Oh, Melling wide into 2. Drag race again. We see this time and time again. Down towards 3. Couple of Mustangs this time.
Who's going to prevail here? Herbert deep down the inside. Can Steve cut back down underneath him?
Couldn't quite get the cut back there.
No.
Probably went a little bit deep himself on the outside there on the dirty part of the track, and it's not able to address or arrest the speed of the car and tuck back in, and Herbert runs away with a couple of car lengths there. Holmes on Price. Holmes on Price has a big look down to 1. Webley Smith is right behind that as well. I think that's Brimblecombe in the background as well.
Yeah, so he's tucked in behind Webley. But Josh moving back forward again. So putting heaps of heat on Riley. But Riley's been solid both races. Bar the drive-through, I think he copped in race 1. I think he's had solid pace. So
yeah, look, and the car looks sketchy as hell to drive. Like, you get out of the interior view of the cars behind, and the Price car, we've seen it sideways multiple times in race 1. He might have tweaked the pressures a little bit for race 2 here. Looks a little bit tidier, but he's definitely pushing the limits of the BMW here tonight.
yeah. So Baker and Bishop just dropped Current off in the last sort of 2-3 laps. Just dropped them off the back by a couple of seconds. But Bishop hasn't given up on the second position yet. And but look, as you mentioned, Farmer at the start of this race, I just think, McEwen out the front, the fresh air, they've got no answers for him at the moment.
No, and he's got that sort of security of Baker with his mirrors full too, isn't he? So he's not thinking about going forward, he's thinking about defending. So that's only going to help you when you're out in front like that. And because Bishop's going nowhere, Bishop's
he's staying with him, isn't he?
There for the long haul. Yeah, he is, mate. So
and who else did I see? Was that Aerosmith really starting to mount an attack now that we're under 10 minutes on the back of Cam Fleming?
Yeah, it's Fleming.
So Stewie having a great race, mate, this time round.
Yeah, good position actually from Aerosmith. Again, we saw him in a great position last race, but incurred a penalty. I think it might have been 15 seconds for Aerosmith. So, yeah, look, no such penalty this time. And again, a good position from Aerosmith. So good, consistent stuff again. Just like reinforcing the form that Aerosmith has been in 2024, J-Man. We do call Aerosmith across multiple platforms and communities, and the man is doing some really good stuff at the moment. Holmes on Price continues.
I've got my eye on that. Good battle
in the background.
And that's one to watch there, because Holmes has best sectors 1 and 3 running
Wow.
the V8, so he's got pace there behind the car of Roddy Price. So, and just noticing there, guys, that little collision we watched earlier between Mudgeway and the 45 car there, Mudgey getting a 15-second penalty for that contact with Herbert earlier on.
Oh, gee, yeah. Okay, as we suspected.
But yeah, Joshua Holmes, great pace. I think just been held up there behind that car of Roddy Price at the moment.
And that's Smith starting to just sort of tail back onto the back of that little battle there, mate, that's going on as well. So he'd want to watch himself. Smith though, he's on it now. He's well on Fleming. He knows there's only 7 odd minutes to go, and the time is running out. The time is now for Aerosmith. Working.
Yeah, he's probably driving to the top of his game though here. So at this point, at this level, and not wanting any more time penalties or anything like that, which we saw he get at race 1, he's probably just going to try and keep the pressure on. And look, if it can go one better, it'll be great. But I'm sure Stu would be happy with his performance here at race 2.
The exact same thing there, J-Man. You don't want to really do anything silly, do you? Like 6th place is a solid finish.
It's a great start to this this title hunt, and an opportunity to head offshore. So, I mean, Spa, we've got obviously an enduro at Spa next week, and anything can happen in an enduro. So 1.3 the margin out the front now. Matthew McEwen over Ewan Baker, and then 0.7 back to Simon Bishop. So
he's not going anywhere, is he, Simon Bishop? There, he's got the pressure on.
And then who is that? Is that? Oh, okay, so just that back a shot there, I was just like, those cars are so close. And once again, it is the Fleming Aerosmith car. And we just see Josh Holmes
on Price. Yeah, we're just picking it up on the replay, Jamie.
Yep.
Outside forces Price onto the inside and just does the over-under. It's 101 pass there, isn't it? So classic stuff. Nice work from Holmes on Price there. Aerosmith on Fleming.
Yep. Fleming a little loose coming down the hill there. A little bit of a wag of the tail. Stewie wasn't close enough to capitalise on it. So that is super tight.
Webley also on Bristlecombe at the moment. One to watch in the background as well as we wind down. Under 5 minutes to go here, ladies and gentlemen. In the 2024 Global Esports ACC qualifier here.
An eye on Stu Aerosmith there, guys, because he's not settling for 6th, mate, at all. He's showing all sorts of intent to rattle Fleming in front of him, and he's certainly looking to come forward another position there. He's hungry. He's hungry and he wants it.
Yeah, the race isn't over, is it?
Yeah. Stand down, Farmer. We're not happy with 6th.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, he just treated the finest line on the outside there. There was no more real estate there at all. So he's looking for every bit that he can get.
Yeah, and you and I, and look, all of us know that corner. The exit of that corner, and it is a very fine line you tread using all the road out there, and Aerosmith, and look at the run, totally committed here.
Look, did you see? He just got out of the visual there, got out of the mirrors. He would have been wide enough so that Cam couldn't actually see him. So he's making him start to think about looking behind, and I think we're going to see something coming here.
Oh, as Cam runs wide.
He's got him a little bit rattled, possibly, guys.
I think he compromised his exit there. As we see Crossland past McKellar in the background as well.
Yeah, such as the battle up the top end of town too, boys. McEwen crossed the lap last time round on a 128-122. Baker, a 128-122. Identical laps last lap round for the first two cars.
Yeah.
Spotting J-Man. And the gap's actually 1.2 there, so that's probably the smallest gap we've seen tonight for the lead of the race. And we just noticed actually Baker's just pulled away from Bishop there just a little bit. He's released the pressure, obviously in the mirrors from behind him, and really able to focus forward now. Yeah. But then he's only got 2.5 minutes to go.
That's right. Oh, there's plenty of time left.
Plenty here.
But
minutes, boys. Come on.
But notably that there is a little bit of a gap between those cars at the moment as they just settle in. They know this is their positions. Not worth fighting for it, binning it, making a mistake here, or pulling a penalty this late in the race or the night, actually. As we wind down to the 2-minute mark here. Race 2, round 1 for the 2024 Global Esports ACC qualifying. The best of the best in New Zealand here, fighting it out for a trip to China in December for the Global Esports.
Look, pick up on Herbert here, guys. He's obviously just off the back of Mark Mudgeway and Shane Fodderdo, and the significance about this little battle going on here is Herbert's the car in there with no penalty. And if you look on the totem, Mudgeway 15 seconds, Fodderdo 5 seconds. Go a little bit further up the road, you got Spence with a 10, Webley with a 15. So what does this do for Herbert's finishing positions?
It does a lot, doesn't it? He's just got to sit there, and he could potentially jump 6 positions maybe.
Yep. So you got to be in it to the very, very end here.
Absolutely. As is Smith on Price. As is Herbert on Mudgeway. Aerosmith on Fleming, still at it. Right down to the wire.
There's only going to be one more after this lap, boys, as we see McEwen tip it in down through the final 2 corners. And he's still got that 1.2, 1.5 seconds over Baker. So very measured drive tonight in both races from Matthew McEwen. Stewie Aerosmith, on the other hand, still trying to work out the way past this other car.
It's very, very close up behind Fleming, isn't
Oh, Fleming,
I think
Fleming
Fleming thought it was the
through.
last lap.
he? More than close, mate. You
I
reckon
think he thought
Fleming,
it was-
Fleming
I
lifted
think
off
he-
there thinking
Yeah,
it
I
was
think
over?
he thought it was the last lap.
Oh, mate.
Wow, there you go.
There was a wiggle on the steering wheel. Was he struggling for fuel? No, I think he was excited that he'd held that off, and it's not done. Fleming with a drive-through.
Oh no! So was that a readdress
drive
for an
through.
earlier incident, hoping that he wouldn't get a penalty, and now he's copped a penalty. It'll let Aerosmith through as well. Look,
got
time will tell.
Nothing. Yeah, look, that's obviously
Nothing.
a track cut game infringement there, guys.
Yep.
Nothing from the race director
There you go.
on that car, so that's clearly just track cuts, just the one too many.
One too many, clearly, Farmer, as we see Herbert all over the back of Mudgeway, running down to the wire. Turner, Shields on Turner. Shields very wide.
McEwen out of the final turn, Davo. McEwen about to take race 2 victory over Ewan Baker. Another emphatic victory here for Matthew McEwen over Ewan Baker. Simon Bishop not far behind, Liam Curran. And I'll hand it back to you for Stewie Aerosmith.
Oh, Aerosmith, Fleming. I don't know what's going on there. We've got Holmes, all these guys running across in quick succession. Price, Smith, Brimblecombe, Webley, Spence rounding the final corner and across the line. Crossland in 13th with McKellar. I think that is tucked directly in behind. Bonato with a big race in clean air, unlike Mudgee and Herbert, 16th and 17th respectively. And look at the gaggle of cars coming in behind. Enroll, David, Death, Melling, wow, Turner around the final corner. Shields in the back. Bourne Martin rounding out the 24 there, all in very quick succession, guys. Wow, what a close race there. Top stuff from the boys at the pointy end, as always. That is a wrap there for race 2, round 1 here at Red Bull Ring for the 2024 Global Esports ACC Qualifier. Big deal, guys. You can see the calendar up there. We've got another race next week, Enduro at Spa. But let's see if we can get some of these guys down here for a bit of an interview, post-race interview.
Yeah, so we'll grab, I think it was Simon Bishop taking out 3rd place in that one. You got us on comm, Simon?
I do.
Mate, what a fantastic race. Just like to get a few insights on how that was for you, because you put a lot of pressure on Baker for a big portion of that, mate. Give us your insight to how that race 2 went.
It was a lot better than race 1. Obviously, I made a small mistake, which unfortunately affected some other people. But then in the single race, I don't know, I felt like I had really good speed, but I kind of felt like Ewan was dragging me along. And I kind of hoped that we were both going to catch up to Matt, but he was a little bit too quick. But then Ewan was just really consistent. He just made no mistakes at all. And so I also had Curran in the BMW right up my butt, which wasn't making it any easier. But it was a great race. I really enjoy those kind of pressure races where it's 11/10ths the entire race. And it shows how good everyone here is, that like nobody made a mistake. Yeah,
and that opening good 3/4 of that race, the three of you, you know, especially yourself and Liam, were just trading microsectors. And you say he was dragging you along, but it did look at certain times, I think, especially when we saw, I think Ewan dropped the wheel down, the left-hander coming down the hill, and that incentivized you heading down to the last 2 turns to have a big look. And you know, so there was a little bit of ebb and flow, but like you said, you had Curran right behind you, so you certainly had to pick your lines very, very wisely. But fantastic race and a super good result in race 2, and good comeback drive in race 1 as well, mate. And to be in it for all 3 races in the series, and you've got off to a good start with that result there.
Yeah, like it was good to come back. Like I said, when Ewan made the small mistake, I was like, oh, I do have a crack, but it just would have been silly, and it would just ended our races effectively, I think. So,
yep.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to next week, and probably more of the same, I think.
Yeah, no, you guys have shown your hand. Mad respect to you. You guys are going super, super fast. So congratulations on that 3rd place, Simon. Well done.
Thanks, mate. See you next week.
Cheers, guys. Cheers. All right, so there we go. And we'll see if we can get Ewan Baker down here to the booth for another.
Let's see if he wants to talk to us this time.
Yeah, Ewan, you got us on comms.
Yeah, I think I got you this time.
Yes.
Yeah, had a few technical issues with my push to talk last time, so sorry about that.
You're right, mate. Don't talk to us about technical issues. We've had a couple ourselves. But nonetheless, 2 very, very high-intensity races, 2 very, very good results from yourself, mate. The pole lap, obviously, first one up, was pretty special, and then a great drive. But look, talk us through tonight and the intensity and how it all played out for you. And obviously you got Matthew just up in front, so I'd like to have your thoughts on the race pace and what your thoughts were.
Yeah, I mean, I knew it was going to be a tough race coming in, tough 2 races. The level of competition is pretty special and pretty extreme, so I knew I was going to be up against it. But honestly, my mindset going in was just focus on what I can do, try and put the best laps I can put in, and wherever I end up finishing is wherever I end up. So, you know, big props to Matthew for taking out 2 wins tonight. He did have more pace than me, and he proved it. But now coming in, I'm very happy with.
And look, you might just cut out there for a second, but however, I want to pick on a little bit as well. Obviously, a lot of success tonight, but a lot of success in getting yourself here too, Ewan, with those qualification laps at Zolder. Some very, very impressive times. So you've put your hand up to prove that you're going to be one of the key contenders here. And look, going towards Spa next week, I think you've got to go in with a bit of confidence going 2-2 here tonight.
Well, yeah, I mean, coming in, I don't have a lot of experience in ACC. I'm mostly in iRace, and so I knew I was going to be up against it a little bit. So
Yep.
coming in and being able to still be within touch and distance of the lead for the next round was the goal, and I think I've definitely ticked those boxes. And yeah, just learning. Honestly, that was the first time I'd started a race online, race one. So doing that off
Very
pole was a
nice.
bit nerve-wracking. Almost messed it up, and yeah, just keeping the consistency and just learning every lap. So yeah, hopefully I have a bit more to fight with next time, and maybe just sneak out the win.
Yeah, absolutely. And just before we let you go, just want to pick up I'm sure you had your supporters and maybe even yourself sweating a little bit in Q2. Took a little bit longer than we saw in Q1 for you to rise up to the top. Was anything in particular going on there, or you just couldn't get one laid down?
A couple of things. I think going back to the quali fuel and new tires straight after running old tires from the race took a little bit of adjustment. I'm just not quite as switched on to those minute changes at the minute. So that took a few laps, and also the first run out, I just got traffic, which was my fault for not positioning myself a bit better. But fortunately, managed to sneak one in at the end, and yeah, not quite as good as the one I pulled out in Q1, but it was solid enough, and yeah, happy with it.
Yeah, well done. Well, no stranger to competition. We've done a little bit of research on some of the drivers here, and you've obviously, been at the high level before with the E-Blacks, Ewan. So congratulations on tonight's result, and really looking forward to what we get next week. I'm pretty sure it'll be much the same. Lots of competition out there, but you put yourself in a very good position going forward, mate. So well done on tonight, and appreciate you taking the time to talk to us.
Cheers. Appreciate you bringing me on, and glad I could talk to you this time.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks, Ewan. Appreciate you.
Ewan Baker, everyone, and
cometh the man, cometh the man of the moment is Matthew McEwen. Goes back to back here tonight at round one, boys. Matthew, you got us on comms?
I believe so.
Yeah, mate. Hey, another stellar job. Backed it up with a pole. Switched sides with you in that one for race 2, and got an even better start. We didn't think you'd get much better start than you got race 1, but you did. Talk to us about that, the pressure, the intensity, the margins. We saw it come back as low as maybe 1.1 seconds, but was that all management, mate, or was there any more in it?
That was not management. That was just me feeling the pressure. I was stressed out that whole time. I haven't been that nervous in a fair while because the stakes are so high. It's either like winner takes all or nothing.
Pretty well.
You've
gotta love the honesty there.
Yeah, you put yourself in the best position possible. Obviously going 1-1, so coming out of that, super good result, and the guys, you've set the benchmark, so the target's on your back. And look, as a sim racer or a former sim racer, that's what you sign up for, right? So that pressure that you felt, albeit at the time, it's probably not the best sort of pressure. You'll reflect on this one, I'm sure, Matthew, and absolutely love what you just did. So congratulations on that, mate. And how's the quali lap, mate? Banked down that 27.2 pretty early. You would have been pretty happy with that.
Oh yeah, it was really nice of you guys to hold me up and at the start of qualifying there, because all that did is you stuck me in a bunch of clean air, and I ended up with so much clean air that it was easy to concentrate, and just went and had to go do a ripper lap for it.
Yeah, look, that was really funny, mate. We did hear your mechanics yelling out to get back in the bloody car and get out there, but look, I've got to ask, mate. We asked you to up your game in Sector 2, and you had the best Sector 2 in quali, put you on pole. You had the best Sector 2 during race, and like, you can tell us honestly.
You can take it later, or you can do it right now.
we felt like we made you fast tonight. So if you want to give us any, points up for that, we're willing to take them.
I appreciate it. The beers are on me. You can follow me to China and we can go get some beers there.
Nice, mate. Well done. Hey, well done, mate. We're not going to hold you up for too long because I'm sure you're probably pretty spent after that, all that pressure. So congratulations, Matt. And Matt, can't wait to see what you deliver next week at Spa.
You're right, I'm knackered. I hate to see what it's going to be like next week.
It's only 120 minutes, mate. You'll be fine.
Well, if I'm crying at the end of it, then no, I'm kidding. Anyway, yeah, obviously I'll be giving my all. Obviously I've done a lot of practice for this race. I'll have to do a lot for the next race as well because I don't feel like I'm there yet. I had to do a bit of practice just to make sure that this was the right car because we had to lock in the car for both events before the first one.
Yep.
And so, gonna obviously try to take that forward and put the proper pace down and just be able to hold it for 120 grueling minutes and see how it goes at the end.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, you kept us entertained and well done, mate. We'll leave you to it there and appreciate the time you've taken to have a chat with us, Matt. Enjoy that one, mate.
Thank you. We'll see you next week.
Cheers, mate. Okay, boys. Well, that is the first one. Other than the technical gremlins that I'd basically nearly forgotten because it was so exciting the back end, and the YouTube gods decided that they wanted to play ball. And look, fantastic having Farmer back in the booth. And Davo, you're always a magician on the cameras and the replays. And we do appreciate the support of all the viewers that did come back to tune in. And I'm going to sign
definitely.
out and leave it to you blokes. Obviously, Davo, you've got to pay some bills and thank some pretty important people. And Farmer, thank you very much.
Thanks, Davo. Thanks, J-Man. It's been a pleasure. Thanks to the viewers, obviously, for watching. And yeah, well done to the podium tonight. Those guys have banked a couple of solid races in there. And, from his point of view now, he knows who he needs to be in front of going into the Enduro with the double points. And, he's got it all to lose. I don't like to put that pressure on him, but sort of likewise for Baker too. He only really needs to finish 2 places ahead of Ewan going into the Enduro to take this. So it's going to be exciting, and there's a lot more to play out in this. So, well done. Thank you very much, boys, for having me along tonight.
Look, thank you, Farmer, and I think we sign you up for next week as well at Spa?
I hope so.
Yeah, we did, mate. We did. Yeah.
I think we bought enough whiskey to keep Farmer interested as well. So look, we'll all be back next week, as it will be the boys and girls that just competed here tonight in the 2024 Global Esports ACC Qualifier. If you haven't heard me say that already tonight, awesome racing here. This is stage 2 of said qualifying. We are at Spa next week, like the boys mentioned, for the enduro part of the qualifying. So that was the sprint round tonight here at REDBULL Ring. Couple of 30-minute races, no compulsory pit stops. It all changes next week. It is double points. It is at Spa. We've got to thank people. We've got to thank people. We've got to pay the bills. NZ eSports. We've got to thank eBlacks. We got to thank ASRNZ and Race Command and NZ Sim Racing Collective and Sim Racing TV. Obviously, MatchFit Entertainment for bringing you this broadcast tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Like the boys said, thanks for hanging in there with us as we had a few techie dramas. Look forward to joining you all again next week. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the notifications so you can keep up with what's going on at MatchFit, ASRNZ, and the whole esports stuff. We will see you next week at Spa, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much.